Hi, my name is Felix. Welcome to my channel, Say It in German. Today we are going to delve into something else. Last time we finished off with the pronunciation, die Aussprache. And as I promised you, today we are going to do the salutations, which in German is called die Grüße. Die Grüße. So we are going to start off right away. Here on the screen you see the three ways of salutations. So we are going to begin right away with the first one, and you're going to listen keenly. So the first one is Guten Morgen, Guten Morgen, which means good morning. This is done from early morning to around 10 a.m. and then thereafter from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The German says Guten Tag, Guten Tag. Yeah, and the next one is good evening, which is done from 4 p.m. to onwards, and that is Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Then we have die Begrüßung, which is greetings, and here I have divided the greetings, not divided really, but I've chosen to do the greetings using a dialogue. So here we have Peter and Jane. They are greeting each other, but before we go into it, I want to let you know that German language has what we call the familiar form of address and the polite form of address. Familiar form of address is used with people that you are familiar with, as the name suggests, and the polite form of address is used with people you don't know. Familiar form includes members of your family, close friends, and people that you, sorry for that, next time you won't see it. So familiar form of address is used with people that you know. So let's continue here. Peter says to Jen, "Wie geht es dir?" Wie geht es dir? That means how are you? Then Jen responds, "Gut, danke und dir." Gut, danke und dir. And then Peter needs to respond to that. Gut, danke und dir means fine, thank you, and you. Peter needs to respond to that, and so he says auch gut, danke. Auch gut, danke, which means I am also fine, thanks. Or he can say es geht mir gut. Es geht mir gut. I am fine. So that is that. Let's go to our next dialogue. This next dialogue is between a teacher and students. Lehrer is teacher in German, and Studenten are the students in German. I am a German language teacher, and I teach in 2 colleges here in Mombasa, Kenya. Whenever I get into the class, the first thing that I do is to greet my students, and this is what I normally say or tell them. Wie geht es euch? Wie geht es euch? That means how are you? And this you is a plural familiar, because these are my students. I use a familiar form, and my student responds by saying uns geht es gut. Uns geht es gut. We are fine. And so that is that. Let's go to our next dialogue here. We have 2 men here. One is called Kunish, and the other one is called Herr Hoffmann. Kunish and Herr Hoffmann, they know each other, but Herr Hoffmann is a little bit older than Kunish, so Kunish respects him, and therefore he's gonna use polite form of address. So Mr. Kunish greets Herr Hoffmann and says, "Wie geht es Ihnen?" Wie geht es Ihnen? That simply means how are you? Then Mr. Hoffmann, Herr Hoffmann says, "Gut, danke und Ihnen?" Gut, danke und Ihnen? That simply means fine, thank you, and you? And then that needs a response, and so Mr. Kunish responds by saying auch gut, danke. auch gut, danke. That means I am also fine, thanks. Our last dialogue here is between Karin and Husna. Karin and Husna are very familiar. They are friends, good friends, and therefore they are going to use familiar form. And Karin will use the short form of wie geht es dir, which is wie geht's. It simply means loose translation hi. And then Husna responds by saying danke gut, which means fine, thank you. And you, sorry, not and you, but fine, thank you. This one is not there, so bear with me. Okay, so those were the greetings or the salutations. In German, they are called die Grüße. So let's go to our next slide. Here, our next slide, we are going to learn introducing yourself, which in German is sich vorstellen. Sich vorstellen. So, just like English, we have 3 ways of introducing yourself. You can say my name is, or I am called, or I am. So in German, my name is, you say mein Name ist. For example, my name is Felix, or Lehrer Felix, teacher Felix. So I can say mein Name ist Felix, or I can say I am called Felix. In German is ich heiße Felix, or I can say ich bin Felix. That means I am Felix. Ich bin Felix. Okay? Now, again, when you want to ask somebody's name, there is familiar form and polite form. There is a way you ask somebody you know, and there is a way you ask somebody you don't know, a stranger or somebody you respect. So the first one is und wie ist dein Name? Und wie ist dein Name? And what's your name? And or you can ask und wie ist ihr Name? Und wie ist ihr Name? That both of them means and what's your name? The difference is one is familiar, the other one is polite. Or you can say und wie heißt du? Und wie heißt du? That simply means and what's your name? Or you can say und wie heißen Sie? Und wie heißen Sie? That means and what's your name, but it is polite form. That is the difference. They all both mean the same. The difference is familiar form and polite form. Let's go continue with the next. Here is introducing others. In German, you say andere vorstellen. Andere vorstellen. So if you want to ask somebody, you want to know who that person is, of course in English is who is this or who is that. In German, you will say wer ist das? Wer ist das? And then somebody can tell you das ist meine Freundin Olga. Das ist meine Freundin Olga. It simply means in English, this or that is my friend Olga. Or you can say das ist Herr Müller. Das ist Herr Müller. This or that is Mr. Müller. Or you can say das ist Frau Müller. Das ist Frau Müller. This is Mrs. Müller. Okay? And this other one is a confirmation. You want to confirm whether this person is called Karin, for example. So you will ask, bist du Karin? Bist du Karin? Are you Karin? That is familiar form. Or you can ask, sind Sie Karin? Sind Sie Karin? Yeah. And then if that person is Karin, she can say, ja, das bin ich. Ja, das bin ich. That simply means, yes, that's me. Or if she is not the one, she will say, nein, ich bin Hannah. Nein, ich bin Hannah. No, I am Hannah. So, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me today. Let me see you in my next video. Before you go, please subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button below or the bell icon so that I may reveal to you my next video when it comes out. So see you next time in my video. Bye for now.